Hi guys, so this is Black Rose Salori and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today I wanted to create this video. I saw someone asking this question: can somebody actually make money by just buying and selling on p2p on Binance? So I thought that it was a really good question, and I thought it would be better if we can prove if someone can actually make $10 daily by just buying and selling on p2p. So guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Black Rose Alori and you're welcome. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe, share this video, help this channel grow. So without wasting time, let's get started. So p2p, we're using Binance app. If you do not have Binance, you can actually go to their website and create an account with them. This is one of the best platforms for crypto exchanges. Case prove if we want to try and prove if it is possible, if it is actually possible for someone to actually make $10 by just buying and selling on p2p. Because I've seen a lot of people making videos on how someone can just make money by just doing that. So I thought it would be a very good idea if we could just try and prove if it is workable or not. So for starters, if you want to make money on p2p or maybe any foreign exchange platform, you need to work with the stable coins. When it comes to cryptocurrency, on p2p we only have like stable coins, two stable coins on this, the USDT and the BUSD. So these are the only stable coins that we have. So we're going to try to prove if someone can actually make money. Let's say you had $10 and you want to make like profit, like in a day, maybe make like $10. Remember, on p2p there is no limit on how many times you can do your transactions. So this is a good platform to try and prove if that is actually possible. So we're just going to do it with a basic normal calculation to see if this is workable or if it is not workable at all. So without wasting time, let's get started. Okay, so this is our p2p. To come to p2p, actually what you do, let's say this is our Binance. You just start from the beginning. Okay, so you need to sign in. I already did that, so it's not really a big deal. So you're gonna come here, buy crypto, let it just load first. Okay, so buy crypto, when you click on this, it will give you these two options: credit and debit, and p2p trading. So we're going to click on p2p trading. So when you come to p2p trading, we have buy and sell. So we want to do a simple calculation, see if anyone can actually make profits by just buying and selling on p2p without actually trading. So before we actually start, here is a basic rule on actually buying and selling. This is we're going to use the basic knowledge of buying and selling, just like in the market. If you want to buy and sell in order to make profit, you need to buy low and then you sell high, right? So that is the basic knowledge of how someone needs to do the calculation, see if actually they can actually make profit by just buying and selling through P2P. The reason why I'm making this video is because if you look at my channel description, is if you do not know, we've got to find out. So there are like a lot of YouTube channels out there that are trying to train people on how they can actually make money, but I do not really find every strategy like workable. Some are workable, some are not workable. So today we want to find out if this is actually workable. So remember the rule of demand and supply, or maybe buying and selling. That is, you've gotta buy low, sell high in order to get the profit that you actually want. And the difference between the buying price and the selling price is what is going to equal profit or loss. So if you buy high and then you sell low, then actually you're making a loss, you're not making a profit. But if you buy low, then you actually sell high, you will be able to make profits. So over here, just to have a view, have a look, like you can see when it comes to Binance, like not only Binance, even if you go to Deriv or even in our financial institutions, you'll find that whenever you want to buy like the USDT or maybe the US dollar in a high amount, they will give you a discount. So when you come here, you can see I've always filtered these from like the prices to be from low to high. You can see here lowest to highest. So I don't actually want to, I don't actually have to filter, because I have already filtered from the lowest to the highest. So you can see, like, if you are that person who is looking for money, and let's say you do not have like a lot of money, let's say you only have like $10 or maybe $20 in your account, and you want to actually do this transaction so that you can actually make profit out of it, then most probably you will have to look for a lot of options. For starters, this is if you want to buy like at this 125.80 cents Kenyan shillings, it's the lowest amount that you can use to buy USDT, right? And in order to buy the USDT at this amount, at this price, you need to have you need to buy at least 50,000. You need to use like 50,000 Kenyan shillings and above in order to purchase USDT at this minimum price, right? But if at all you do not have 50,000, let's say like you have only 1,000 Kenyan shillings. I want to use 1,000 Kenyan shillings because that is one of the amount that most people can easily afford, right? So let's assume, let's take this one for instance. We have, this is actually one of the lowest for someone who has like 1,000 Kenyan shillings. So you have to buy like 1 USDT at 126.25 Kenyan shillings, right? So let me just pull my calculator. So if 1 USDT will cost, let's say you have 1,000 Kenyan shillings, right? 1,000 Kenyan shillings, and you have to buy one at 126.25, right? So you will receive this amount. And mark you, once you've bought this, it might arrive in your spot wallet or maybe your funding wallet. Maybe it will be like 7.8 or maybe 7.7 because of the fluctuation of the prices of the USD. Like we've seen, the USDT is like the US dollar but in the crypto form. That is like just the basic knowledge, the basic language that I can use to describe what USDT is. USDT is a stable coin, and it's a version of the US dollar. Like it's the US dollar but in form of a crypto currency. So here we have the USDT, which stands for the US dollar Tether. So the T is like the Tether, right? So this is the amount that we have at the moment. So if you are to buy using this price, which is 126, which is actually now the lowest, because these other ones they have like 28 cents and above. So because you do not have like a lot of money, you can only afford this client who is selling 4,000 Kenyan shillings, starting from 126, right? So we've seen like if you buy at that price, you will have $7.9. So I'll just draw here something like this, 7.79 dollars, right? $7.79. So this is actually the buying price, right? So let's assume that now you've already bought this. Remember the plan, the strategy that one was the other person was trying to educate people is there is no like trading involved, like going to trade like margins or futures or options. You're just buying on p2p and actually selling on p2p. So this is our buy price. And so far, if you are using, like if you wanted to buy like for 1,000 Kenyan shillings, we've seen that the lowest amount that you can, this is the lowest price that you can actually use to buy, which is 126.25. So what if you want to sell the USDT? So you will have to come here. So actually, before actually trying to prove something with your money, in order to see if you're making profits or not, you can actually do a basic simple calculation just to see if it is possible to actually make a profit or a loss, right? So when you come here, this is the sell. Remember, the rule that you are using is buy low, sell high in order to make a profit. If you buy something at 15 Kenyan shillings and then you sell it at 30 shillings, you will have made like 15 Kenyan shillings profit. That is 30 minus the 15, which is the selling price minus the buying price, and then you get the profit or the loss. So, but if you buy something at 15 Kenyan shillings and then you sell it at 10 Kenyan shillings, you will have made a loss of $5, right? So that is one thing that you're going to try to prove. So over here you can see we are on the sell. I've just clicked the sell button and we are here. You can see sell USDT. So over here you can see like you can actually sell at 126.42 cents. Remember, our buying price was 126.25 cents. Here it's 126.42 Kenyan shillings. But the limit here is 20,000 and above. Before you actually like do your transactions or anything, you have to look at the payment method transferred with specific banks. So actually, even if you had like 20,000, 50,000 or 50,000, like you can see over here, you will have to check if this person, where is he transferring this money to, because they always give out instructions, right? This one has not really made any instructions, so you can just cancel here. Okay, you come back. So one thing I came to notice is that so we have transfer with specific banks. You've got to click and confirm some of the reasons that they are actually giving out, because some people will not allow for any transfer or maybe any transaction. If maybe you wanted to transfer or maybe do a transaction within from your M-Pesa or maybe sell to your M-Pesa, this person was supposed to send money to your M-Pesa, and maybe them they prefer like you have to send the money to their bank account, then most probably you won't actually have you won't actually do a transaction with someone who wants to transfer to a bank and you want it in your M-Pesa. So you have to look at someone who wants to sell who you want to sell the USDT to, and this person should offer the most convenient payment method that you can easily access, right? So these other people, the ones who are selling like 50,000 and above, they are specific. They want it to be transferred to a specific bank account. So most probably, if you do not have like that bank account, these people, like you can see, only people with verified Eversend should come for a trade. So this person has given out a condition that needs to be fulfilled. So if you want to do, or maybe to sell your USDT to this person, first you need to have like 50,000 and above, and then you need to send it to use Eversend, a verified Eversend, in order for this transaction to be done. But if this is not possible, then if you do not have this, then you cannot do that transaction, right? Okay, so when you come here at the lower, we have 126.27. Remember guys, we bought at 126.25. so still here you can make a few cents in form of profit, and this is 1,000 shillings and above. But what is the payment method? A mobile top up. What does a mobile top up actually means? This means that this person is going to send the money in form of airtime. So you can see this is a mobile top up payment, Safaricom airtime. I do not have M-Pesa or any other payment option, so don't ask me. So to avoid dispute, ensure you agree first before opening an order with me. I won't cancel any transaction once opened. Nice trading. So most probably, if you want to buy your airtime, then these are the best people to trade your money to. Although we have like sites that you can actually convert your airtime to cash. So if this person sends you like 1,000 Kenyan shillings in form of airtime, you can use those apps to transfer that amount in form of M-Pesa cash. But remember, these apps, they are not doing this for free. They will charge you a certain amount depending on the amount that you want to be converted. So some people can charge you like 200 shillings or 300 shillings. So that transaction is a lot. Even if they are to charge you like 50 Kenyan shillings, it will still be a lot. You will still be in a loss as compared to the amount. Let me just show you something. This was the amount that we had, right? 7.92. I'm just gonna clear it. So let's say you have like now 7.92. Oh shoot, I was supposed to use that. Why did I delete it? So 7.92. Now you're going to multiply it by 126.27. 126.27, right? So this is the amount that you'll receive. You'll receive 1,000 and 0.6 cents, right? So most probably this person won't send you like a 1,000 and 0.5 or maybe 0.6 cents. We do not have that option. So you'll find them sending like 1,000 Kenyan shillings or 1,001 Kenyan shillings if that is a good person. So most probably, if you are to convert this in form of airtime and maybe you get deducted like $50, not $50 but 50 Kenyan shillings, in order for them to convert this in form of money, then you will have incurred loss, right, of 50 Kenyan shillings. This is the amount that will reflect in your M-Pesa. But remember, these apps or maybe these agents who are converting like airtime to cash, these people do not transact, they do not charge like 50 Kenyan shillings, they charge more than that. And then if you wanted to do this transaction like multiple times in order to make that $10 in a day, then you'll need someone who is so convenient. If you wanted to get charged like $50, let's say, in order for them to send in form of mobile top up, then you convert it to cash. Remember, when you want to convert it to cash, it will actually take time, so it won't be really quick as you expect it to be. So this is the mobile top up. So we are going to look at someone who wants to sell. So like here, so we found someone who wants to sell for who you can sell to your USDT, but you can see the price that they are offering, 126.17, and this is it. And you can transfer to Equity Bank. So Equity, it's possible actually. You can, if you're using M-Pesa, you can actually transfer to Equity as simple as possible. So he has given out just instructions, no third parties please. So if you feel like this person is convenient for you, then you can actually sell your USDT to them. And now you can see the price is 126.17. remember, initially we had like 7.92, right? We had 7.792. Was it 792, right? I think I wrote it somewhere because I knew I was going to forget. Yeah, 7.792. 79. So let's say that you want to do your transactions now. You want to sell to this person. Remember, you bought at 126.25, and now being that you do not have any option, you will have to sell it at 126.17, which is a little bit lower than the buying price. Meaning, if you are to sell like right now, you're going to incur loss, right? You will incur some loss. It will be small, yeah, you can see. So if you're to do your transactions within a day, like just buying and selling on p2p, trust me, you will be making losses. If you have a little money or maybe small money, you will be making losses, right? Because it's 982, and this a sense, yet you deposited 1,000 Kenyan shillings. If you deduct by 1,000, and mark you have not really put so 17. Mark you're not sure if you're going to send, like if it is Equity, the transaction, you know it's going to be free because you're transferring. If they are transferring the money to your Equity Bank, it's free from on their end. But if you are the one who was buying and you had to send money to a client, and you are to send via M-Pesa, like send money instead of the pay bill or maybe bank, then you are going to be charged like if it's 1,000, maybe 12 Kenyan shillings. I'm not sure, but I think it's 12 bob. So if you get charged like 12 bob, I'm going to do minus, but it's an addition. So you're going to have incurred a loss of 29 Kenyan shillings. So that aside, yeah. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed, if you want to actually make money by just buying and selling on p2p, then you need to actually have a lot of money. And once you have like a lot of money, you need to meet some of these terms and conditions that these people have in order for you to make like a lot of profit. But all in all, you need to avoid the mobile top-ups because that is in form of airtime, and most companies that I've seen on their Google apps and their reviews, they always charge like up to 300 Kenyan shillings, or even they'll send you even half the money. So it's not even convenient at all, and they take a longer period. Some take like 3 days. So if you want to use the top-ups, then you cannot actually make that $10 within a day. But if you have like 50 Kenyan shillings, 50,000 Kenyan shillings, just a second. Yeah, if you have like 50,000 Kenyan shillings, and you can see these are a bank transfer, you can just go through the details, and you can see you can make payment from your Kenya, send to May. These are Nigerian, and you know this is really tricky, you know them, yeah. because now how will you contact this person once you have made your payment? It's going to be tricky. There's a lot of money. You have to, when making a transaction, you have to ensure that this person is reachable. Though when it comes to Binance, there is always a way that if you do not receive your money, you just appeal ASAP, and they will always lock that account. And then what you need to do is to send the M-Pesa message. Once you send your M-Pesa message, they will lock his account, his or her account. Once that has been done, they will follow up, and then they'll release the funds to you. Like they'll send the cryptos to you, which you can later on sell. But if this person tries to scam you, then they might end up losing. So that is one of the ways that you can actually do. So you can make payment from your Kenya, send up to my Nigeria account using your Equity. So I've never really sent money outside Kenya, so I do not know how these. I have, but to Nigeria, no. So actually I think you can actually do a bank transfer maybe. Once you've done your bank transfer and you have the message, then you can actually send, or maybe I don't know how you will communicate with this person, because they should have like how to communicate with them. So you can choose to buy here, or because he has like the lowest, is the only one who is charging the lowest, 125. So let's assume, let's for instance assume that this person was using maybe our Kenyan banks, or even our M-Pesa, because M-Pesa you can send more than 50,000 Kenyan shillings. So let's say you wanted to send like 50,000 Kenyan shillings, so you send 50. Maybe you have like 50,000, you buy it for, let's see if you can actually make money. So you have 50,000 Kenyan shillings and you want to buy at this amount, right? So this is the amount of USDT that you're going to receive, right? So let me just copy these, because I noticed I keep on forgetting. So this is the amount that you will receive in form of USDT, which is 397.456 USDT, right? And then we decide that you want to sell. So you've bought low at 125.80, right? I know there is a lot of calculations. I hope I'm not confusing anyone. If you're getting confused, please talk. We're just trying to prove if this is really workable, right? We're really trying to prove if this is workable. So let's say you have bought at 125. Remember, your selling price needs to be high. So let's say you have this bank. Remember, this one has like the highest to low. I've always filtered. When you want to sell, you have to sell like from the highest to low. So I've filtered to have like the highest prices on my sell here and the lowest prices of my buys, because I want to sell and make profit. So let's say you have 50,000, so which is now 397.456. So let's say you meet this specification, you have the Eversend account. But what happens is that, like right now, if you have like an Eversend account, right, you have verified and you have it, so you want to do maybe a transaction and maybe transfer it from your bank, from this place to your bank account, you know that there will be charges maybe, or maybe not. So let's just assume that here. So let's say we want to multiply it with, let's see if we're going to make some profits. 126.41. So this is the amount that you will make, like 242 Kenyan shillings in profit, right? So let's say maybe even the transaction maybe from this place, once you're done doing this transaction, maybe the transaction from this account, I don't know if Eversense actually charges, we can actually find out. Okay, so we have like Eversend to M-Pesa. And you can see this question, how long later. Yeah, so it works in Kenya, so if you have that, then you can actually use this is what we wanted. So let me see this one for M-Pesa. Maybe they will talk about now. Let me see if I can do the charges, see if there is any. Okay, nobody is actually. Let me see if they have like a live chat so that we can. Monday to Friday, 6 GMT. Huh, under 2 hours. That's a lot of hours, guys. Meaning their customer care, they do not actually. But one thing I know is that there has to be charges because they are like a company. They have to find a way in which they are making profit, because if you can see, like if you link your bank account, there was something they were talking about $1, so that is something that there will be charges, of course. So what we do not know is how much are they charging for the transactions. If the charges are less than $100, not $100, but less than like 100 Kenyan shillings, transaction charges. Okay, so here see the cost depends on which country you are sending from and to. But if you're sending it to another Eversend wallet, it is free. It is also free if you're sending it to your own mobile money number. Wow, so guys, this is actually free. So if you have like an Eversend wallet, then you can actually do these transactions, not actually once but multiple times. And here you can actually do the transaction multiple times within a day, because there is no actually a limit. So if you can make like, if you have like 50,000 Kenyan shillings, you can actually make profit, because we've seen like if you buy low and then you sell, you'll be making like 242.44. so let's just assume it's 244, right? Was it 44 or 42? Yeah, 242. 242. So let's assume you have like 242. If you do these transactions like 10 times in a day, 10 times, you only want to do it like 10 times, you will have made like 2,420. And assume that you are doing your transaction, maybe you're buying while buying you're sending money via paybill or maybe bank, where there are no charges. Whether there is a charge or not, 242 is quite a lot, so you can actually make profits out of it, because if you can do this transaction 10 times, you can actually make, if you have 50,000 Kenyan shillings laying somewhere, you can decide to do this every single day and actually make like 2,000 by just doing 10 transactions in a day. 10 transactions, not a lot. If you can do this like 10 times in a day, you can actually make 2,420, right? Which is a good amount. Imagine, because trust me, there is no bank account out there that will give you this amount of interest on a daily. So in one day. And if you can do this, because this is crypto, you trade like every single day. It trades like 30 days in a month, 31 days in a month that has 31 days. So it happens every single day, 365 days in a year. So assume you can do this, you can do 10 transactions every single day. Mark you, when you're doing these transactions, you're also creating your record with Binance. So you're doing oh shit, it was 24,200, it was 2420, it was 2420. So let's say you have like 50,000 Kenyan shillings and you decide to do these transactions every single day and you make a profit of 242. So if you can make that profit of 242 and you decide in a single transaction, yeah, in P2p, buying and selling. So one thing you need to note is that you need money to make money. So if you have, because we've seen like if you have like a high amount of money, then you can actually buy USDT at a lower price. But if you have like a low amount of money, then you'll actually have to buy with a normal rate, which is quite, and sell it at a normal rate, which is still expensive. So you won't be actually making profits, instead you'll be making losses. But if you have like a lot of money, you can actually make profit by just doing your transactions easily, by just buying and selling. So if you do like 10 transactions with your 50,000, you'll be making 2,420 within a day. Trust me, there is no bank account that can give you this amount of interest within a day, right? If there were, then most of us will be having our money seated in the bank, waiting for interest. Yeah, so that is not actually possible. So imagine doing this, having this transaction, making this every single day for 30 days. So now we're teaching you on how you can actually make money. So okay, so if you do this, guys, if you can make like 2,420 using your 50,000 that is seated somewhere in the bank, then most probably within a month you'll be making 72,600 by just doing your transactions, by just buying and selling on P2P. That is if you have a lot of money. If you have like small money, you'll have to trade fast, make at least some money, and then do the transaction. Maybe you'll have to wait a little bit longer so that you can sell at a higher price, because if you buy low and then you sell, if you buy high and you sell low, you won't be making profits. But if you can buy low and then you sell high, then you will actually be making profits. So right here you can see, like, if you can do this transaction every single day for the next 30 days, because you have like 50,000 Kenyan shillings, and you can decide to go on up a notch and do more transactions. There is actually a limit to the amount of money that someone can deposit, but 50,000, if you do 50,000 by 50,000 100 times, 50,100, that is like 5 million, which is still below the minimum amount that one can transact within a day. But now your transaction, the problem is your transaction with your M-Pesa will have reached the limit. So maybe you will need different exchange platform. That is if you want to go beyond like 100. But if you want to do this like 10 times, that is still 50,000 by 10, that is like 5 million. That is still a lot of transaction within a day. But I don't think there is a lot of limit on how much. I think there is a limit on the amount that you can transact within a day, but you can always change the number that you're using so that you can actually make profit out of it. So it's up to you to be smart in order to make this amount of money. You can use your bank, and then you decide to use like Eversend. You can decide to use like your M-Pesas. All these things, you will add them as your payment method in your P2p, in your Binance account, so that you can maneuver within these 3 accounts. And trust me, if you can make like $72,000, 72,000 Kenyan shillings within 1 month by just doing a simple transaction on P2p, buying and selling, then trust me, you can make a lot of profit. This is someone's salary, waking up every single morning to go to work, which you can actually attain by just buying and selling on P2p. But only this is workable. I keep repeating, this is workable if you have like a lot of money. If you do not have enough money, we've seen before, if you do not have enough money, you will be incurring losses, right? Or else maybe you just decide maybe to buy low, and then you wait until the prices go up, and then you sell, and then that is one of the ways that you can actually make money. But it will take time. You won't be able like to make that $10 every single day. But if you have 50,000 Kenyan shillings, we have proven that we've actually done this probe, and you can actually see that you can actually make more money within a single day. If you do only 10 transactions, like in the morning you decide and do like 3 transactions, around lunch you do another 3 transactions, at around 4 you do another 3 transactions, that's 9, and then by around 8 p.m. you do another 1 transaction, that is 10. Just simple transactions, and trust me, and you have to look at the completion rates, ensure that the person you're doing the transaction with is someone who can actually complete this transaction. If you can actually do this, trust me, you can make a lot of money. Rather than just having that 50,000 sitting somewhere, you can consider taking a risk and see if you can make a profit out of it. If you do this and you can actually earn this within a month, within a year, remember you haven't really worked hard for this money, so within a year you can actually have saved, you can take this to your savings, you will actually have saved 871. This is what you can do for 30 days, and you'll have this amount of money in profits, guys, in profits. So this is just the basic way on how you can actually make money. So the question was, is it possible to make money by just trading on P2P, buying and selling, not going to our Binance wallet and starting to trade like margins, futures, or maybe holding, stuff like that? No, by just buying on p2p and then selling on p2p. So we found out that if you have like 1,000 Kenyan shillings, then it's going to take you a longer time for you to be able to sell that at a higher price in order to make profits. But if you have a higher amount of money, we have seen that most of the prices, if you want to buy USDT at a lower price, you have to use you have to have like a lot of money so that you can buy at a lower price. And if you have a lot of money, you can actually sell at a higher price, which is still advantageous. So guys, I hope that this video actually helped you, and I hope that I've answered your question about making money on Binance by just buying on p2p. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible if you have like a lot of money. That is like, we've seen it is 300, and if you have like 300 and what dollars, let me just go back just a second. If you have like $397, which is roughly 50,000 Kenyan shillings, then you can actually make money on Binance by just buying and selling. So you need to have a lot of money in order for you to make a lot of profits, that is. So guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, and yeah, I hope that this video actually helped you. If you have any questions, then you can leave a comment on the comment section below, and I'll be able to assist. If you do not have a Binance wallet or maybe Binance account, I'll make sure to leave my a Binance link where you can actually create an account with them. Do that ASAP and see if you can actually do this and make profits out of it. So if you're new to this channel and you've managed to watch this video to the end, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends or someone out there who is trying to make profits. Share it and share it and share it. Give this video, make this video go viral. So guys, I hope this really helped. Up until next time, goodbye.